Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Nanowrimo Day 29, self-care vlog number 3. Me and my self-care co-host Comment are here to chat about today, but I'm gonna sneeze first. For today's self-care, I slept. I ended up sleeping in until like noon. Well, I woke up a couple times just to like walk around the house and just like stretch out my limbs and move a little bit, but I didn't like get up until probably like 12:15, which is good because I know that I've been working myself too hard and I know that I need sleep, but I don't like sleep because it feels like I'm wasting my day, and I know that that's a mindset I need to break out of. It's just hard, you know. I've never liked sleep, even when I was really young. But right now, especially, first of all, I'm sick. You can probably hear it in my voice a little bit, but I am getting sick, and I know that I'm working myself too hard and that I need that rest to recharge and just, you know, take care of my body. But it's hard to convince myself to do that, essentially. So this morning, after I woke up, what I did is I got out my bullet journal and I made a big list of everything that needs to get done. So they're color-coded for my system that I usually have, and I just called it to do soon, because my problem when I make big to-do lists is I put every single thing that I ever want to do on those lists, and a lot of times that gets overwhelming for me because I know that I'm not gonna get to all those things, like all of the sticks in my backyard. I have a giant tree in my backyard. I would like to pick up the sticks. I'm not going to anytime soon. Also, it's winter, it's cold outside, they're gonna get covered with snow soon. That's obviously gonna be a job for spring, but if I'm making a big to-do list, or like the wallpaper, you can probably see in some of my clips, you can't right now, but the wallpaper in this room is very shredded because it's old wallpaper and I don't mind letting the cats scratch at this wall. Also, not gonna lie, there have been a couple times, and by a couple I mean literally two, that was twice, that I didn't realize one of the cats was still in this room. They were like sleeping under my desk or somewheres, and I left for work and accidentally locked them in the room all day. So they obviously were scratching at the wall and the door and stuff, and I don't blame them at all for that. I would do the same thing. Anyway, the wallpaper in here is terrible because I knew once I bought the house that I was gonna redo this wallpaper, so it just was never a priority to me, and it's kind of loose wallpaper. So something that I want to do eventually is get rid of all the wallpaper and paint these walls, but that's not gonna be on my soon to-do list. And a lot of times I'll put something like that on my to-do list and then obviously not do it anytime soon and then get discouraged, and then I have a to-do list with not many things checked off, and it's hard for me, okay? So this one, what I did is I called it to do soon, and it's things that legitimately do have to be done soon. Like I have some backlogged admin work, I have to pay my water and sewage bill, I have a book that I have to read, which I'll talk about when the time comes. I have things like make my bed, clean my desk, things that I've already done. When NaNoWrimo was on there, start my Christmas shopping. There's a bunch of stuff on there, and there's some like relaxing things too, like read, game, work on the puzzle, paint a village house, because I love my little village houses. So these are the things that I legitimately either want or need to get done relatively soon. But one thing that I think is going to work decent for me is, instead of just having a box beside them where I put a check mark or cross them off when I'm done, it's 4 squares. If you can quite see that. It's 4 squares, and then anytime I make a little bit of progress, I can color it in, because my backlogged admin work, for example, I'm not going to be able to just sit down and get all that out in one go. It takes probably about, I don't know, it's probably going to be about 5 hours total, which is definitely doable, and I can definitely make time for that, but I'm going to kind of chip away at it, and working on it for like 4 hours and still not being able to check it off is going to be discouraging. So right now I've done about half of it, so I've colored in 2 squares and things like that. And some of the things were easy, like make my bed. Obviously that took like a couple minutes and I was able to cross off the whole, or color in the whole thing. And yeah, I think that it's just little things like that, and I think that this is really going to help me. So I made my list, and there's a couple things that I'm going to start working on today. I do have to leave for work about 45 minutes, and I still have to eat. It's way too hot. I microwaved it for too long because I added some more sauce to it, and obviously the sauce was cold because it was in the fridge, but the rice was hot, so I had to microwave it some more, and now the rice is too hot, and so now I'm waiting. But anyway, I have my list, and I know what I want to focus on, and this way I can make sure that I'm not doing too much in a day. And I did, like I say, specifically put some like self-care stuff on there. So I think that it's a good idea. It's just hard to make a to-do list and not immediately jump into it full force and try to get as much of it done as fast as possible, because that's the kind of person I am. But yeah, I think that today I'm definitely doing good at just taking my time and being okay with whatever my pace happens to be. And obviously, like I said, sleeping in, even though I have a little bit of a hard time with it, and even though, yes, it does make my back worse because my back is really stiff right now, but sometimes your physical health and your mental health just can't both be good at the same time. And unfortunately, today I had to pick mental health over physical health. In a perfect world, they would always be level with each other, but we don't live in a perfect world, and we just have to do our best. Anyway, that is all I have today. Don't forget to drop down your suggestions of other self-care ideas. I got some really good suggestions on one of my previous videos, and I added them to my list. I have a list on my phone of different self-care ideas and stuff, so I've been adding things there, and I'm really excited to try some of them. So yeah, I'm also really excited because tomorrow I'm actually off. Well, I call it a day off, but it's a very busy day because I'm waking up at like 9 a.m. to run errands with my mom, and then we're gonna start some like Christmas things for my family and do a bunch of things. And then my little brother's birthday was a couple days ago, so we're gonna have his birthday supper. We go to a restaurant that's a little ways out of town. So it is my day off, and I'm excited for not having to work, but that I will still be out of the house from like, let's say 10 a.m. until like 7 or 8 p.m. So I'm still gone most of the day, but once I'm home, I'm home. It's a day off, but it's not a free day, if that makes sense. And I know that I really need a free day soonish, but I'll take what I can get, and not having to work either job will be nice. Anyway, like I said, that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button to let me know, and subscribe to stay up to date with the rest of my videos. I'm going to do self-care vlogs for the rest of November, and then go back to my regular video schedule of videos every Wednesday and Sunday. So I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, have a great day. Bye.